Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And today, whoops, I forgot to do this, and yeah, perfectly. Now we can do, now we can start. And today we're going to continue to take a look at the scenario where Rome and the Dutch Empire ally after World War III. So it's been a while, like a very bit of a while, and yeah, I took a break from Wixo series in general because like you guys didn't watch that a lot, so I thought that taking a break from it might be a good thing. And yeah, now you're seeing all of those Age of History videos and series popping up, and they're which are doing pretty good, but the break is over, and yeah, still think that someone will at least want to watch this. So yeah, let's get into it. I think you guys saw the thumbnail, and yeah, we're starting here because Tanzania is actually going to be funded by a foreign power to go on and defeat Gold Ethiopia. Like to go here, and so they started invasion, but just as like the regional timeline, it's called Gold Ethiopia wins. And yeah, it's a pretty big humiliation, especially for the foreign supporter. And yeah, Gold Japan will not do good things, and yeah. But now the expansion isn't over yet because they're purchasing this land. They're also going to invade these countries and take some land and puppet the rest. And then we see also the expansion of the blue team, which does still happen for the same reason. And yeah, now the blue team and gold Ethiopia are beefing with each other. It's not only that, but now it's time because Sudan is getting jumped. They were in a pretty big crisis, like didn't do anything after World War III, and so yeah. Yeah, well, the Gold Ethiopia actually modernized their military and did stuff. So yeah, we see these also African country turning fascist and helping. And then we also see that yeah, it's not a good thing. But now look at these borders because they're horrible. Is there any way to fix them? The answer is yes. They're a bit better. But now the next target is going to be Egypt because yeah, the fascists know that Rome and Dutch are probably working together and they need to expand as fast as possible. And yeah, Egypt is getting jumped once again. And yeah, we see that yeah, gold Ethiopia is absolutely devastating them. And yeah, let's just skip to the peace treaty, which I think you guys already know how it is. So yeah, this is what is happening in the peace treaty. We said that Egypt is turning to a puppet state, Libya expanded, and yet these borders aren't that good. So to fix them, we're going to see this happening, and this line turns into a Libyan puppet state. And trust me, these borders are way better than. Yeah, now Africa borders are a bit better. But now what will happen is that Green Friends Catalonia are in the square, so yeah, no Roman invasion of Catalonia. Greece already jumped on Crete, and yeah. But now India is in a crisis because Yeah, their plan actually going to change color to them. Yeah, this one is better. Uh, and yeah, with India being in a crisis, we see that very interesting rebels are about to pop up. Yes, Line Team rebels are now officially back. Oh yeah. And yeah, these rebels are actually going to be supplied by a foreign power, which is China. I'm not going to feel like it is not reveal it, but it's China. But it is not only China, because it's also like the fascist countries are supporting rebellion because they now found out about India plans to jump called Ethiopia with Tanzania. And yeah, it's a pretty big rebellion, and Persia also gets into this. And we see that this it's a pretty big lens we can see because it's and India is actually going to try and fight them, actually doing a good counteroffensive. But yeah, then other rebels pop up, and we're actually catching up on this later because we're now going to see the Korean team Caspia invading Orange Afghanistan, which was neutral for a while. They were chilling, and yeah, they get their land reduced pretty badly. And yeah, also the pink team becomes fascist and pink hats them, and yeah, they joined the across, well, not across the parallelograms. Also, Russia joins the parallelograms. They're fascist now. Interesting. And yeah, we actually see now back to the rally that the line team since Caspia has invaded Orange Afghanistan. Yeah, the line team is actually way stronger. Well, it's because, of course, they're getting supplied by Caspia too. All of the parallelograms are supporting them, excluding Red Australia, but also Korea is now supporting them. Yeah, China and Korea are actually working together, which is weird. And yet this rebellion is becoming huge, and India doesn't know how to counter it because, like, yeah, but now actually something is going to happen because someone is going to help India now, and that's going to be the blue team. They're sending forces to help India dealing with the civil war, and these forces actually do help because this kind of changes the front for Persia and India, as we see that some land gets recovered, and yeah, but it's not over yet. And yeah, we're seeing the rebellion. So Bangladesh, which is a fascist party, joins the parallelograms. It starts supporting the Lime team. Yeah, it looks like over for India now, especially because now they're pretty close to end it. Look, I don't remember where the capital, but then the Square Alliance decides to support India. Yeah, World War IV didn't break out, by the way, yet. India, it's a secret supplying, and the Square supplying India is actually helping. Like, a lot. And yeah, it's an expansion. Yeah, this point, India probably cannot lose anymore because of all the supplies, but it's also hard to win. And yeah, now Persia is getting jumped, and they're actually still struggling. It's probably going to be the longest conflict yet. Like it isn't over yet. Meanwhile, other stuff happens around the world, like Brazil goes on to have fascist conquest. I think this country was fascist. Yeah, we see Yellow Chile being their most useful ally. Yeah, Brazil is also expanding to have, and they actually do not care about weakening India. So yeah, the South American fascist bloc is not helping the line team anymore, and yeah, this hurts. But like hurts. And at this point, the war is stalemated in India because in Persia it's still back and forth. So basically a stalemate, and yeah, it's probably a never-ending war at this point. And now the countries might actually be able to negotiate. And yeah, let's take a look at the peace treaty. Now I want you guys to keep in mind that yeah, there were secret supplying, so the sides didn't know that they were supplying. Like Ethiopia didn't know that Rome and the Dutch were supplying India. And yeah, this is what the peace treaty is taking a look. We see Caspia and the Caspian puppet state annexing a couple province just to not make just to make the countries believe that they were not supporting Persia India. And they also say the line becomes independent. I will join the parallelograms because it's the only way they can survive. And yeah, it's an interesting thing. And yeah, we got this in the war. And yeah, well, what can happen now? Yeah, Bangladesh has joined the parallelograms, and it's a pretty big block. But now we see India going on and realizing that keeping the Red Sea occupation zone is pretty hard, and they're going to release their occupation zone, and the Red Sea is officially back. But this rebellion spreads out into Chinese occupied territory. And now the Dutch Rome also there's a lot of protest, and they have to let it go. And yeah, the Red Team is now officially back, and that's the fate for the Squares because they wanted to keep them in check, and now they're back. And they're definitely going to try and reform the old empire. And yeah, guess what's about to happen now? You guys won't believe it. It's about to happen. And so yeah, the old empire is now officially back. And this scares a lot of countries. And yeah, it's not good thing. But it's good to counter the fascists. So for now, Rome and the Dutch, well, especially Rome, because the old empire was a former ally of them. And yeah, they're going to keep them around for now. They're joining the squares though. So yeah, it's a good ally in the Middle East. But this makes the fascist countries furious. And this makes Caspia going to expand their puppet state real fast. Yeah, they're doing bad things, but there's not a single country that they can try to stop them. Yet it's not a good thing. And yeah, it's it's not tough, like not at all. And yeah, also see going to see the Dutch peaceful annexing Bohemia. And if you guys call this Hungary, I don't know what's wrong with you because it's Czechia. Bohemia, I guess. And yeah, with this peaceful annexation, we see that Rome and Dutch have an even wider border, and Rome has to expand out. So yeah, the orange team is going to be a target. From the farmers union, and this is what is happening. We say it's a pretty interesting scenario, and yeah, now the tensions in the world are boiling and being a lot interesting. So we will see what will happen, and and yeah, this is what's happening, and we'll see because it's becoming a war with tensions rising a lot. And yeah, but we're going to see other stuff happening in the next episode because yeah, we'll see how this will go. See ya.